So yeah, next presentation is about communication issues and how to get on with remote client. I'm gonna give voice to Carol. So yeah, let's go.
Okay, hello. I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, like Mateusz, who was speaking right before me, I work as a senior full stacker at Linear Axel Springer Tech. Today, I would like to tell you some about relations with client or a team from a distant place. It almost always is connected with working remotely, and nowadays we all work remotely, so some of the tips may be also useful for those not working with foreign people. Here's a quick overview of my presentation. First, we'll talk about expectations that one may have when we're thinking about working in such setting. Then I'll move to description of my experience and observations. Next thing will be issues that I have struggled with during such cooperation. And after that, I will share with you what solutions are profitable for me and why I love working with people from foreign countries. Of course, if you will have any questions, I will be happy to answer them at the end of my presentation. All right, let's get started. So when I got my first professional job, my new PM told me that I'll be working with client from USA. And you know what? I was stunned. I knew the brand. Well, I even have used their products. My family also knew the brand, so I could share with them the good news, and they understood that it's a pretty big deal. So I've instantly began to think, I will get to know American culture in a different way than from a movie. Maybe I'll make some friends. At the time, I was chatting with some people from foreign countries, but not necessarily from US, so yeah, another exciting thing. Because of the company's area of expertise, I was sure of some unusual problems to solve and some uses of the object itself. And most important, I was already imagining myself traveling through the United States of America. Yeah, so some points from this list were of course true, but yeah, not all of them. So I was really sad when the project has ended, and for the whole time I stayed in Poland. I was also sad the same way after a few other projects for foreign clients. You need to know that the number of my business trips till today, as you can see on the slide, is 0. But it appears that's a good thing. So my current manager recently said to me these words: if you don't have to visit your client personally, then the project is going well. Well, as I think of it now, it may be true. I've compared my experiences with some people I know, and these words appear to tell the truth. So since the beginning of my professional work as a software engineer, which like 4 or 5 years ago, I've been working with teams and clients from abroad. So nationalities that I have experience with are, of course, Polish, but I also work with guys from Great Britain, from the USA. I was part of a team from Venezuela. I had worked with a team from France. I had coworkers from Romania and Ukraine. And currently, nowadays, I work with guys from Switzerland. As you can see on the presentation, on the example of 4 of them, I experienced some differences in approach to work, to personality, and customs. Initially, I thought that if some process worked with one nationality, it will work with others, but it's not that simple. To be prepared for different problems with different nationalities. So, as I said earlier, reality is not only colorful and positive, so there are some issues that I have struggled with. Let's begin with time zone differences. How to organize stand-ups, who and how should do the deployments, What should we do groomings, plannings, on? So at first it may sound like a not big deal, but with bad communication, it could be a pain to organize. Second thing is a feeling of, probably some of you working on outsourcing know the sad feeling when most of the team is somewhere there together in the office, or at least in one city, and you are in a distant place far away alone. You have fear of missing out. You feel that most of the decisions will be made without your opinion, and etc. We also have to remember about cultural differences. I had a lot of someone wanted to be funny, and it just went wrong. Humor in various nationalities differs a lot. A GIF or a GIF, I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. So a GIF that feels funny to me in given situation may be received as something offensive. Next thing to care about is organization structure. In Poland, we usually observe a trend of companies implementing so-called flat structure. It means that everyone should be equal in a way that everyone should be heard and could have a meaningful impact on the project. So, for instance, when a junior have a bright idea, then the senior engineer with 20 years of experience should also take his idea into account. And the junior shouldn't feel anxious of sharing his ideas. I was really surprised that it's not a global trend. I've experienced strict keeping with seniority level. So there were situations like a regular dev asking, "Hey, why is it implemented in this way? Could we optimize this in this way and this way?" And the response was like, "But someone from higher position said that this is the way," and it was the end of the discussion. I really don't like it. So we should also get used to some workflow differences, like siestas or other lunch breaks. Also, some developers like to do pair programming, even if you feel uncomfortable about it. I even had issues with a truthful, like a time at which the remote team checks the pull requests. So for me, there is always a time in between, consecutive builds, while others prefer to do them only at the start and at the end of the workday. So you have to wait for them. So how to cope with all of the mentions and many other problems that we may have during such cooperation? Well, I find a cure. The best way to deal with most of these issues is just to communicate. Be honest. For me, a measure of, a team maturity is ability of giving and receiving feedback. If I have a problem with something, I need to communicate it. I shouldn't keep my concerns only for myself, because going with time, they will be stacking and finally leading to losing happiness of doing my job. So also every other person in the team should be open for suggestions, should be ready for some critique. Everyone should try to understand what the problem is and together try to work it out. If feedback relates only to one person, then this person shouldn't feel attacked or ashamed. That's not the point of giving the feedback. We all have a common goal, and we just try to achieve it in the best possible way. So frequent and clear communication is a key to success. And by frequent, I mean not only call in every day for a stand-up. I mean, communicate every time you're in doubt. If answer for your question is more complex than a simple yes or no, make a call. Really, make a call. I know we live in the times when ordering a pizza using a mobile phone is one of the scariest things in the world, but from my experience, people are more focused on the topic when on a call. You probably always have few communicators always online, a few conversations started, and it's easy to lose concentration on given problem. Also, in order to get proper solution for your dilemma, you have to ask proper question. And asking a question seems like an easy thing to do, but in reality, it appears that it's not so simple. So how to ask a good question? How to get proper answer quickly so you won't begin to be annoying by calling others every 10 minutes. I wasn't an expert in that matter, so I read a dozen of blogs where people posted dozens of tips. And I chose 3 of them that work for me best. First of all, think about the purpose. What exactly do you want to know? Think how to direct the person you're talking with to the answer. Follow general question with specific ones. Don't ask few questions at once. Try to describe problem in general, and then step by step, gradually be more specific. And last rule, I think the easiest one, don't ask yes or no questions. These kind of questions often get incomplete answers. Instead, try to get more complex answer, which probably will give you some information you even didn't think of. Next point, which is very important for everyday relation making and for keeping good communication, is stand up. So let's imagine we're taking part in such stand-up with a team of 3 developers. So we have Damian, Joanna, and Cornel. First speaks Damian. He says that he did some pull request reviews. Then after that, he was just continuing with the tickets that he's assigned to. After Damian, it was Joanna's turn. Joanna said that he had a problem with that just testing SVGs. Initially, she thought that there is an issue with some Babel file loader, but then it turned out that she had to create some mockup for jest config to make it work, but she's not sure how to do it. Next was Cornel. Cornel said that he had helped Alex with he couldn't work on his ticket. Nevertheless, he thinks that even though his goal is still possible to achieve. So, whose status is most useful for us? Think now for a while. What did you remember from their statuses? Are you ready? So, here's a quick overview. And well, we don't know much from Damian's status. In my opinion, code reviews are just part of everyday work. And if it didn't took whole day and have impact on our sprint goal, then this information may be left out. We also don't know if doing the ticket, as Damian said, is going well or not. Damian could tell us if he has problems or not, and if he's going to finish it in some reasonable time. Joanna's status had a lot of info. It's a big contrast to Damian's status. I would say that there is even too much info. In my opinion, it would be much more useful for everyone if she just told that she has issue with jest testing and ask if anyone is keen on this topic and able to help. Then they could have a conversation after the stand-up to not make it longer. I think that we often lose focus on such long talks, and then we miss really important stuff from the stand-up. As for Cornel, we know that he lost some time, but he's still on track with no issues. Short but informative. We don't need to know what Alex had problem with, especially that she's not even taking part in the stand-up. So, to me, the best status was from Cornel, but I'm eager to hear from you. What is your opinion on this topic? Okay, so let's sum up the stand-ups topic. I think the stand-up should be focused on sprint goals, or the most important tickets if you don't have sprint goals defined. Too much information will lead to losing the important stuff. I think those 4 tips on the slide that you can see will help you to get the most of your stand-ups in the shortest time possible. Okay, so what if you're having a pretty good communication, but still feel that they don't like you, that you're avoided in process of making decisions and so on? So building trust takes time. Like in the saying, little by little does a trick, or as we say in Polish, a water droplet digs the rock. You really need to be patient. You contribute in different ways. Ask if others need help. Observe others' customs. Try to somehow assimilate. And what is really important, remember who has access to your code and calendar. Now, code like this one. Meeting with that guy I don't like. These examples are really, maybe it looks like a joke from my side. I've already witnessed such situations, and no one really laughed at that time. Yes, that's a lot of tips. To sum it up, for me, a path to success is full of conversations. It's full of asking, full of meetings, talking, and really full of patience. With them, it is really easy to get from this relation that you can see on the slide, where nobody really cares about you or your opinion or your presence, even on Slack, to this relation where everyone celebrates with you, even small success like a merge of a pull request. So many reactions. I hope I drew your attention to important aspects of building relations with remote people. I also hope that you will find some of the tips I mentioned useful, and that they will make your everyday work easier. At the end, I would like to invite you to listen to my podcast named Developers Glossary, which is available on YouTube and various other streaming platforms. It's in Polish, so sorry for that for now. I try to explain all these different words that IT world is full of, completing them with some good development practices. So this is it from my side. I'm open for your questions and remarks. Thank you.
It seems that you have covered all the important parts of the remote communication, because we don't have any questions right now, only some comments. Yeah, but I have some. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have some more, but I'm gonna start because one question just appeared. But no, honestly, I have a question. Do you have like your favorite nation to work with?
Favorite nation? Like I said, there are many differences between the nations, and it's hard to compare and tell which one is the best. I really liked working with guys from America, but that's maybe because it was my first professional job. I was really new to this topic, to this world. I was really fresh. I was really, like I said, I was stunned by the brand, by the firm, by the epicness of this whole venture. So
I see.
So yes, but still, I really like where I am now with guys from Switzerland. We have really nice relation. We like to talk. We like to joke around, and Yeah, I totally recommend
Cool.
working with Switzerland.
Okay, cool. Thanks. We have 3 more questions from the audience. First question is, what are your tips for remote teams in COVID times?
So my tips,
Especially people who are not accustomed to working remotely and they need to work now.
Yeah. So first of all, we need to practice. We need to practice talking with use of all of the applications for conferences. We need to practice working with Teams, with Zoom, with Google Meet, and so on. Many people are scared with this kind of communication. They are scared with use of camera. But I think that when you try it for a few times, it's not that bad, and it's just a nice way to be in constant contact with your friends, with your colleagues, and to get the work done. Currently, I am in a state that we're just with my colleagues call each other without any heads up beforehand, and we are just in constant contact and constantly talking about all of the stuff. And it's really nice. I don't feel alone.
Yeah, so everyone has to be ready all the time for the call, yeah?
That's true. So you have to you wear your clothes, not be just your pants.
Exactly. Okay, so the tip for people working remotely in COVID times, you have to wear proper clothes. Okay.
That's right.
Do you have solution for working in different time zones? Because like you cannot communicate instantly if you work with people from different time zone. What then?
Well, it depends on the team. It depends on your situation. Like I said, with good communication, you are able to organize everything, and just be patient. Just be honest about what your problems. If you feel asleep, if you feel sleepy in some hours, then just say it, and you have to work it out somehow together. You need to tell always about your problems, what is convenient for you, what is not convenient for you. Just be open.
Okay. So a few more questions. Okay, people became active after first question appeared. We have a little more. How do you onboard a new team member? Any tips for that? Especially like how do you onboard remotely?
So, like I said, after trying to somehow assimilate with Teams and all of the networking stuff, I just don't feel the difference of onboarding someone by sitting with him in real life and having him a distance far away. It's just a change in thinking. Because you can share your screen, you can always be online, talk with him, show the person how the code looks like on his screen or using Slack and so on. I think it's really just a matter of how we think about this cooperation. Yeah, there are companies that have people working only remotely, so it works. And I think that if you just change your thinking, then everything is possible. Okay, I see.
Okay, a few more questions. Yeah, we have a while, I think. So I'm gonna ask a few more questions. Wouldn't you like to take part in on-site workshops or Scrum events to tighten the bonds in the team? So like the question refers to your phrase that if you don't do business travel, apparently everything's fine. Sometimes beer conversation can reveal some flaws of the process. So don't you think that meeting with people might actually be, convenient at some point?
Yeah, that's true. I have to say that when once the team came to me, I didn't have a chance to go to them, but they came to me and we observed some difficulties. We get to know each other better, and it improved. That's right. Okay. It improved our communication, but still, I think that it's not a requirement to have a healthy work relationship.
Okay, I see. Okay, then there is one tough question. You don't have to answer actually, but the question is, which nationality you find the worst to cooperate with?
The worst.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should answer this question.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe we should leave it.
No, but to be honest, I never have think about it. I just think that during every experience, you learn something new. You learn about different problems, different approaches, and you just need to take as much as you can from this experience and try to apply it to your next projects to find the solutions for these new problems. It's just interesting. I know there are some moments that you're just feeling nervous and you're angry and you just would like to change your project, but we learn for the whole time of our living. So it's just nice to have different experiences.
Sure. Okay, the last question, and we're gonna follow with our lightning talk from Maciek. So the last question is, how about people fluctuation in project? How to manage people coming and going? Any tips for that?
Well, I'm lucky that I took part in wasn't so high. Well, it doesn't differ if you're working remotely or not. Maybe there is a chance that people when working remotely don't feel a bond with you, but maybe try to talk with people not only about work-related stuff. Have some. We for instance we have a coffee calls that we call each other every day in the morning or after work. We are drinking coffee together and just talking about stuff. Like even you can discuss the JS news and, and things in this matter to make a relation. Not only related to work.
Okay, so you actually have like regular calls to just bond with people.
Yeah, and they're really useful. I like them really much.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good. I think that's a good idea. That's something really interesting to me, that you can actually schedule a call. That the purpose of the call is just to bond with other people. Yeah,
you don't need really to schedule it, because it then makes a requirement to be on this meeting. But just post on your chat, hey, wanna have a coffee? Let's talk about it. And yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Do you want to have a coffee over Slack? Yeah, I didn't have this idea yet, but yeah, it's cool. Okay, I think we're done for now. We actually got a few questions. So yeah, I think now the topic is pretty covered. So I really believe that people will have better experience, will learn something and have better experience working remotely after this presentation and discussion. So thank you so much for the presentation.